The common thing na problema talaga nila right now is
Tarex Logan, co-founder at Laser Target.
Tarex, he is a great social media buyer.
Getting 500,000.
They are basically a game changer into our business.
don't rest because you're tired. Rest when you're done. I was raised by a military man. So technically, my dad is already 90 years old kung namatay siya. It was my parang motivation din na to make him proud. Nag-pursue to improve myself, to businesses. Well, childhood ko,
A lot of you, my viewers, should hit that subscribe button because we're gonna give you good and wonderful content in the future. I promise you, I will be inviting great speakers around Cebu and you will hear their stories one day and you will never regret subscribing to this channel. Garrix, tell me something about you.
hi Carl, so I'm Garrix and I'm a business owner. I love hiking and I love helping students as of right now. It's been my mission since this year. I've tried doing some talks to some of the students na currently graduating because ironically, if I went to college, this year would be like, ito sana yung parang gagraduate na ako. So, it's been, ironic siya kasi may mga students na nag-intern ngayon sa company ko. So, I've realized na I could have done more to these people, to my batches. So, instead of getting them as intern, madami kasi yung matutulungan ko kapag I'll be able to inspire them and, just to provide probably insights on how to navigate life.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi alam ko, sila kasi magsisimula pa lang.
Mm-hmm.
So, at least mag-guide ko sila and mas smooth yung journey nila compared sa akin. Well, childhood ko, I was raised by a military man. Papa ko military. And, ayun, as usual, di ba? Expected natin sa military. Maaga gumising. Pagising mo, kape, tas, konting, tinapay, tas work na agad. So, what we do dati, after naming mag-almusal sa umaga, ayun, nag-ano na kami. Pupunta na kami. Kasi yung bahay namin, doon na kami nanirahan doon sa place namin ngayon. Ano siya talaga, parang very parang wild or like, kami lang yung tao, kumbaga. So madami pang trees, madami pang siyang gubat talaga. So it was our mission na parang linisin namin, lagyan namin ng mga tanim, mga bulaklak. So yun yung routine namin every morning until lunch. Minsan nga, naabot kami ng 2 PM na lunch. Kasi tinatapos na yung work. So yung sa amin, hindi kami nagpapahinga unless hindi natapos yung trabaho. So ganun yung childhood ko. Tapos wala ding mga bata dati kasi wala nga kaming kapitbahay. So ako lang yung bata, si Papa lang yung kasama ko. And yun yung araw-araw na ginagawa namin.
Yung tatay mo ba is he like strict dad or medyo emotional siya or loving? What can you say about it? As a figure of a military dad.
Well, sa kanya, direct to the point siya magsalita. And he is sort of like sa ibang tao, stricto siya tingnan. Kasi nagsasalita siya. Kung ano yung naisip niya, sinasalita niya talaga. Pero kapag sa akin naman, there are times na stricto siya. But there are times na parang may emotion but hindi niya masyado pinapakita.
Tough love.
Oh, tough love. Pero umiiyak 'yon kapag kasi nung nag-aaral na ako, when I get to achieve those grades with honors, first honor, mga ganun, naiiyak siya kasi yung mga achievements na yun, hindi daw na-achieve nung mga brothers ko. So, technically, my dad is already 90 years old nung namatay siya. When he had me, nasa around 70 siya. And may mga anak na siya before sa first asawa niya. So, yeah. Umiiyak siya kasi, ayun, hindi daw na-achieve yun ng mga anak niya before. So, it was my parang motivation din na to make him proud. Kumbaga. So, ganun yung niya, ganun yung parang attitude niya towards me. Stricto, but may emotions ng konti. Pero mostly, talaga. More of like taking responsibility to things. And ayaw niya yung parang tamad. So kami, nagpapahinga lang kami kapag gabi. Hindi kami natutulog ng especially like, usually mga tao natutulog 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Kasi inaantok. Kaya wala sa amin yun, wala sa household namin yun. In fact, may mga siesta kami from time to time. But mostly work talaga. So right now, ang dami ng tanim sa paligid. May kami, may mangga, may saging. So all those things na namin siya, na-harvest na namin siya ngayon because nagplant kami 15 years ago.
And I think that childhood training of yours is who you are right now.
Oh.
I can see you're a very hardworking person.
Yeah.
Even though you are sick right now, and then you're still working.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Like, what drives you to do this and what motivates you to do that?
Well, actually, talaga, ito. Sinisipon talaga ako ngayon, tas ubo, tas may konting lagnat. Pero the reason why andito ako is because I've given my word to you na itutuloy itong podcast natin. So I'm here. So actually, kasi, when I say things, gagawin ko talaga siya. Kasi doon nanggagaling yung confidence ko sa sarili ko. Kasi if I can trust my own words, sino yung paniniwalaan ko? So, sarili ko lang talaga. Kung may sasabihin ako, dapat gagawin ko talaga. No matter the reasons. Sakit man, lagnat, may namatay, gagawin ko talaga siya. Kasi responsibilidad ko, and ganun talaga akong tao eh. Training lang din talaga. Kasi lahat ng mga ginawa ng dad ko, nung childhood ako, lahat ng tough love, spanking, punishments, all those things boils down to responsibility and just being a man. Kasi dati, kapag nasasaktan ako or may sugat ako, ganun, wala, lang. Huwag ka umiyak kasi lalaki ka. So, nadadala ko siya until now. Na parang, yung confidence ko sa sarili ko, iba. Hindi siya parang normal na tao talaga na, kasi sa ibang tao, konting lagnat, wala na. Umayaw na. Sa akin, unless hindi ako makalakad, hindi mangyayari. Pero, ganon lang yung
Moving on, fast forward to Garrix, the present Garrix.
yes.
What is wrong with social media marketing right now?
Well, Basically, ako kasi right now, di ba? Since you know me na, yung trabaho ko talaga is more of like, my passion ko is more like digital marketing.
Yes.
So, I've been helping lots of businesses. I think for the past almost half a decade na, I've been able to help like 50 plus businesses in total. And the common thing na problema talaga nila right now is getting leads, closing them, paano sila i-retain.
Is this why most businesses failed this year or the past few years?
Mostly kasi, business right now, nagfe-fail sila dahil one thing, innovation. Marketing kasi, ano siya eh, may mga bagay na gumagana ngayon, pero in the next 3 years, di na siya gagana. And yung mga businesses na yun, ginagawa pa din nila, tapos niloloko nila yung sarili nila, na gumagana pa din. Even though, or kahit nakikita na nila dun sa data na lugi na sila, ginagawa pa din nila. So, it's more of like, yung kulang sa kanila is paano mag-innovate. Kasi right now, copy-copy na lang eh. Kapag may gagawin kang maganda, kukopihin ng ibang tao. So, matatabunan ka. So, the question is, paano ka mag-stand out ulit para may sales or may benta yung business mo. So, yung key para ma-solve yung problema na yun is dapat 5 to 10 steps ahead ka sa competitors mo. Algorithm, ano eh. Minsan kasi, ito, most businesses, nag-spend sila on very technical things like algorithm, ano pa ba, AI, those things. Pero, yung totoo talaga, it's all about their audience. And ito yung blind spot sila, hindi nila parang na-overlook nila. And the reason why is, ayun, yung hinahanap kasi nila is the next big thing. Which is, ang totoo, yung opportunity nasa harap na nila, hindi lang nila ma-maximize.
Laser Target Digital. What is it?
A Laser Target Digital, this an agency that I built. This is an agency that helps clinics, local businesses, gyms, optical clinics, dental clinics. So, everything in the beauty, wellness, and health space. The goal is to help them generate an extra 6 to 7 figure revenue per month using digital marketing and social media. And one of the things that we do in the agency is doing Facebook ads. So Facebook ads is a platform where we can get leads, we can get messages, inquiries, bookings, consultation. Yun yung ginagamit namin to easily get leads na quality. Kasi, I don't know if a lot of businesses are doing this already, no? Pero, if hindi nila ginagamit yung Facebook ads as a tool to generate leads, malulugi sila at matatalo sila sa competitors na ginagamit yung platform.
Imahika Aesthetics. You help them from 0 to 500,000.
Yes, it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story, man. Kasi Imahika Aesthetics is one of the clients na on-board namin dati na really struggling. So dati nung nag-usap na kami, actually pabankrupt na sila nun. And when she contacted me, may assets naman siya. She did a Facebook ads dati. Nag-hire pa nga siya ng freelancer. Maayos naman yung sales process niya. Pero wala pa rin silang benta. So, they decided na to consult with me. And yung nangyari, binigyan ko sila ng solid plan for, actually yung plan na yun was for 3 months lang. And the plan was, hindi siya new na parang, unique. Kasi yung ginagawa namin, ginagawa na nila dati. But, the difference is, yung sa amin was already proven and tested ads and process. So yung nilagay namin, yung na-plug and play namin na system, gumagana na sa amin. It already generated around 7-figure revenue sa other clients namin. So, in-apply namin siya dun sa clinic niya. And hindi madali yung journey na yun, yung 0 to 500K. Kasi it took us almost a year para ma-achieve yun. It was very, hindi siya madali. But the reason why, bakit nangyari yun was because maganda yung offer namin. So, it all boils down talaga sa offer. Kasi ads is gawa ka lang ng photos, create ka ng caption mo, publish mo, ads na yun eh. Pero the one thing that separates us from the crowd or the vast aesthetic clinics na nag-advertise dun sa lugar nila is yung offer namin. Although pare-pareha lang yung offer. Kasi minsan yung aesthetic clinic kumukopya din eh. Di ba? Pero the reason why nag-stand out siya is because sa assets. Maganda yung assets namin, may before and after kami, even though bawal siya sa Facebook Bawal sa Facebook yung before and after, but nagagawa namin siya ng paraan. So there's a loophole in that gray area. So nagagawa namin siya, na-run namin siya, napapublish namin siya. And yung key dito, kasi yung ads namin, ginawa namin siyang yung first initial offer namin, parang panghatak ng tao. Parang low offer na very very compelling, pero hindi gaano kalaki yung investment. Pagdating na doon sa clinic, expected nila 3K yung babayaran. Paglabas ng clinic, 10K na bayaran. Ganon ang budol, di ba? Oo, nabudol yung tao. Pero it's not a bad thing naman. Kasi sa initial consultation dun sa clinic na nangyayari, let's say 3K yung nila, 3K yung napag-usapan, okay. Tapos yung nurse or yung doctor namin, nakita na pwede pa natin tong i-solve tong isa pang problema mo, itong sa parte ng katawan mo, pwede natin i-solve to, yung acne mo, tanggalin natin, yung melasma, isalin na natin. So, pagpunta nila doon sa loob, we've already provided a personalized plan for them. Kasi, clinic kasi, hindi siya basta-basta na parang mabibigay ka lang ng treatment tapos na. So, there's that assessment, a long process of assessment talaga for your skin type. And yung history mo, medical history mo, kasama yun. So, pagdating nila dun sa loob, nakakabili sila ng mas malaki na packages. Kasi personalized plan na siya dun sa taong yun. And yun yung reason bakit kami nagpa 500K. So, nasa upsell.
Yes.
Nasa upsell yung pera and sa product. So, binibigyan pa namin sila ng product. Kasi after nun, may maintenance pa yun, di ba? And sa maintenance, kami na din nagbibigay ng products. So, kaya siya malaki. Pero yung sa ads namin, very not really parang serious or like a very highly invested na service. Hook lang siya.
Yes.
Hook lang siya para pupunta sila dun sa clinic.
Yes.
Ganon yung strategy namin. Kaya nagka 500K siya per month.
So kay any field, pwede yan?
Any
sa
field. Film,
sa pastries.
pastries.
As long as maganda yung hook.
As long as maganda yung hook sa ads nyo, once papasok na yan, especially if local business, once papasok na yan sa once papasok na yan sa store nyo or sa clinic man or sa any establishment, madali na lang kasi sila bentahan. Kasi hindi na yan makaka-atras. Sa messages kasi, siya eh.
Kahit sa crowdfunding, like...
Even crowdfunding, you just need a hook. Hook
Like,
lang kailangan mo.
I list down some important stuff na I research about you. Kasi na-curious ako eh. Leads, FB ads, cold outreach, content. Yan. Those are yun yung parang mga hook. Hook siya. So para ito yung...
Yan yung hello mo sa people. Yan yung hello. Iba-iba lang yung niya, iba-ibang strategy lang siya. Kasi cold outreach, siya eh. It's a one-on-one strategy.
Is it like sending emails?
Sending emails.
Hindi mo naman nakilala in person?
Hindi mo kilala. Pwedeng tawagan mo. Cold outreach yan. I-message mo yung page nila sa Facebook. Cold outreach.
So for example, if like sponsorship deals ganyan, cold outreach?
Pwede. As long as depende din kasi yan sa galaw ng market. Kasi especially let's say market mo, mga CEO, gusto mo hanapin. Yung mga tao kasi medyo mahirap yan sila mahirap sila i-contact. So depende 'yun. Kasi may mga CEOs na malalaki na hindi na sila na-attract ng ganun kasi ang dadami na nag-cold outreach sa kanila. So the way for you to stand out is content. Pero if yung market mo, CEO, pero mid-size or like SME companies lang, small micro enterprises, pwede yun. So magdidepende din siya sa depende sa audience mo. So most kasi ng mga tao, kapag may gumana, maghahanap pa ng ibang bagay na gagana. Pero the reality is, kapag may gumana, doblehin mo lang yung effort tsaka action.
Imagine na I'm a grade schooler.
Sige.
Perspective like that.
Sige.
Tell me something na paano ko i-transform yung business ko.
Sige.
From 0 to 500K. Like, imahe ka.
Sige, ito yon. The first thing that you need to do is to check yung products mo or service mo.
Okay.
I-assess mo siya if yung let's say may past customers ka na. Kunin mo yung feedback nila about dun sa product and service mo. Hanapan mo ng butas. I-check mo lahat. Tapos, if okay naman, like let's say example pastry. Check mo yung mga customers mo, masarap ba? Is it how's the taste? Tanungin mo lang, tas kunan mo ng testimonial. Kahit 5 testimonial lang dun. Yung asset na yun, kahit mas maganda video or even kahit sa message lang, okay na yun. As long as may testimonial. So, kung may 5 ka dun, yun na yung magiging hook mo. Hook na yun. Kasi, dun sa testimonial na yun, magme-mention pa yun ng problema yung mga tao eh. So, let's say, sa market ko right now, aesthetic clinics. Hinihingan ko sila ng testimonial, tas sinasabi na nila dun, ako dati, nag-ads naman ako, gumastos ako ng malaking pera sa ad budget, nag-hire ako ng ibang tao, pero hindi siya gumana. Pero nung nakapag-work na kami ni Garrix, gumana siya. So mga ganun. So malalaman mo yung problema dun. Kasi, kapag alam mo na yung problema talaga ng market mo, alam mo na tsaka alam mo na paano i-solve yun, kusa na lang kasi na mabibenta yung products mo. Kasi, the pain is the pitch. So, paduguin mo lang ng especially sa ads, paduguin mo lang yung paduguin mo lang konti yung yung sugat. Kusa na yung bibili yung mga tao. Kasi kapag alam na nila na may problema sila, tapos pinesent mo yung solution na yun. Wala, close deal na yun. So, kailangan mo lang talaga makita yung problema niya. And provide the right solution sa problema na yun. Para mawala yung dugo, mawala yung hapdi. Kusa na yung bibili. So, ginagawa namin yun sa content, sa ads, and even cold outreach.
Napansin ko last year, marami ka lang events like being a guest speaker, from school canteen to dishwasher, to now a 6-figure CEO.
Yeah. It was a very satisfying moment for me. To be able to share my experience. Kasi nagsimula talaga ako na very humble beginning. Kasi ngayon kapag nakakatingin ako ng tawag dito, yung mga plato, tingin ako, tinatamad na ako tingnan kasi nagsasawa na ako. Kasi imagine mo, 1 year. Actually almost 2 years kasi
as a dishwasher?
Dishwasher sa canteen. Tapos imagine mo yun, mga kaklase mo andun. Diba? Pero ako proud ako, hindi ako nahihiya doon. Kasi alam ko, kumikita lang ako ng pera, naghahanap lang ako ng pera. Hindi naman yun masamang gawain. So, ayun, kahit nakikita nila ako, okay lang sa akin. In fact, yung mga classmates ko nga, na-inspired pa nga dun eh. Pero, yun, it was a very, humble beginning. So, yung business na ako, lahat ng mga natutunan ko sa, hindi sa paghuhugas ng plato, but more like, dun sa mga lessons na natutunan ko from my dad. Mga mistakes niya dati. Yung mga negosyo niya, kasi madami siyang negosyo eh. It was the reason bakit nabuo yung agency, bakit nabuo yung food business namin ngayon. So, grabe yung it was a very satisfying moment na ma-share siya. Kasi I know na a lot of people needs it. Kasi, ayun, para naman makita na there's a slight na may hope to them to grow and improve themselves.
I've seen this from your previous pictures. I think you mentioned about this quote. You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are
who you say you are. That's a quote na I really love from my far away mentor na si Alex Hormozi. So since I've started my entrepreneurial journey, siya talaga yung parang business coach na tinitingala ko. Kasi aside from business, it's more of like improving yourself talaga as a person. Kasi level 3 leader, level 3 business. Level 10 leader, level 10 business. So yun yung sinasabi niya. And yung quote na yun is one of the quote na parang dinadala ko talaga until ngayon. Kasi confidence talaga, hindi talaga siya sa it's not coming from outside people. Hindi siya validation. Kasi, confidence din yun. Pero iba yung confidence kapag nanggaling sa loob. Iba yung dating eh. Kasi hindi ka matitibag pag ganun eh. Kaya it all boils down din. So, diniscuss natin kanina yung lahat ng sasabihin ko, gagawin ko. So, that's a fuel for my confidence. Kasi, biruin mo, sinabi mo sa sarili mo, okay, tatakbo ako bukas or mag-gym ako bukas, tapos di mo nagawa. Kung isipin mo, wala siyang masyadong malaking effect for you. Pero there's that, may konti yan sa utak mo. Kasi kapag tutuloy-tuloy yan, you put into rabbit hole na spiral na downward. Hindi mo lang napapansin pero pag ganun ka na. So, if i-commit mo sa sarili mo na gagawin mo to, once ma-achieve mo yan, may ano eh. May dopamine eh. May dopamine. So, dun nanggagaling yung parang inner confidence mo sa sarili mo.
You mentioned about your father a lot. Parang malaking influence talaga siya sa'yo eh.
Oo.
What's that one thing from your father that until now you're still carrying it on and on?
Ito yung parang sinasabi niya dati sa akin na until ngayon ginagawa ko pa din or pinapractice ko pa din, which is don't rest cause you're tired. Rest when you're done. So, hindi siya verbatim, ginawa ko na siyang English, pero gano'n yung sinasabi niya na huwag kang magpahinga kung pagod ka. Pahinga ka kapag tapos. Kasi yung pahinga mo, kapag tapos ka, iba yung satisfaction eh. There's that level of satisfaction na iba talaga pag tapos mo yung ginagawa mo. So lahat ng mga bagay na kaya mong gawin today, huwag mo siyang palipasin ng bukas. Work-life balance. Sa akin, wala. Hindi siya talaga. Imbalance talaga siya. Imbalance siya sa akin kasi hindi talaga eh. Kasi it all boils down to level of priorities kasi. So, hindi ko masasabing balance yung sarili ko kasi there's that point in your life na you need to sacrifice something. So, nung nag-start ako, dati, way back nung pandemic, hindi ako lumabas. Hindi ako nakipag-party. Kasi, pandemic nga din, di ba? Hindi ako nakipaglaro sa mga kaklase ko, sa mga friends ko. Ginawa ko na lang was work. Even yung mom ko, hindi ko din sila parang nabibigyan ng time. Even sa health ko, hindi ko, neglect ko din siya. Kasi, I was dedicated to have that, growth. So, there's a point of your life na kailangan mo talaga siyang gawin. So, you need to sacrifice something para ma-achieve mo yung isang bagay kung saan ka hungry for growth.
Love life.
Well, as of right now, naman siya? Love life is okay naman. I'm not currently like parang actively na parang naghahanap talaga. It's more of like kung ano yung nag-flow. Oo. Kaya sa akin, ngayon eh, hindi siya time for me to parang what you call this? Parang maghanap kasi hindi siya align sa principle ko na parang maghanap ng babae or habulin yung babae. Kasi yung ko talaga, yung principle ko talaga is build your garden para lalapit yung butterflies. Yeah. Kasi kapag maganda yung garden mo, garden is nakikita ko siya as myself. Na-build ko yung sarili ko. Yung finances ko, yung spiritual ko, physical. Kapag lahat yun maganda, kusa na lang lalapit yung yung girl na minamanifest mo. So, kaya siya, nagpo-focus talaga ako sa sarili ko as of right now. Nag-focus ako sa physical ko, sa finances. Gusto ko siyang i-build muna lahat. Para at least once may babae na, ready na ako.
With all this, like, na-mention mo manifestation, about building yourself, building your dreams, building stableness or stability life. Alam ko, busy ka talaga. And then, tanong ko lang, may days ba like burn out ka and you just want I just want to do nothing. Gusto mo lang gawin natin.
Actually, ang daming beses na talaga. Ang daming beses.
Paano mo na-cope up yung like,
one of the secret na ginagawa ko talaga ito. One of the secret na ginagawa ko once na burnout ako, I put myself into pressure. So, example, ito. Last December, whole month after ng Tribe X na event, medyo naging complacent ako, relax ako kasi holidays nga, 'di ba? So, nung January, alam ko na sa sarili ko na may hirapan akong bumalik sa grind and dun sa zone. So, yung ginawa ko, I pressured myself. Nag-invest ako ng coach na I paid mas malaki. I invested sa sasakyan. So right now ginagawa na yung papers for the car. And I registered one of my business din para to make it legit. So yun yung mga ginawa ko to pressure myself. Kumuha ako ng madaming tao, nagdagdag ako ng tao sa team para mapipilitan ako maghanap ng ibang clients. Mapipilitan ako to grow myself kasi alam ko may responsibilities akong kinuha. Ganun ako. Pero hindi lahat ng tao kaya yung ganun. Kasi may mga tao din na nagbre-breakdown kapag na pressure ng masyadong malaki yung pressure and responsibilities. So, I think yung experience ko, yung papa ko was one of the biggest factors bakit ko siya nagagawa. Yung ganong method. So, yung technique ko talaga is to pressure myself. Patuguin ko talaga yung sarili ko para I can get back to the game.
So, dami ko tutunan sa iyo.
Grabe.
Parang gusto ko ata mag-business. Nawala ko yung job. A quick word from our sponsor, Nspace. If you are looking for a co-working space, just go to Nspace at IT Park. I assure you, their rooms are great and you have free coffee and internet.
Sa akin dati, naglalaro ako dati. Nilalaro ko lang ng Dota, gano'n. Pero ngayon, nag-iba yung strategy ko kasi matagal yung pagbalik kapag ganun. Kasi kapag usapang burnout talaga it would take, kasi yung burnout, hindi yan parang 1 week lang Hindi mo akalain, it would take weeks, months, and even years na medyo you're having difficulty going back to the game or to the zone. So kaya ako siya talaga, yun na yung para strategy ko ngayon na kapag nagre-relax ako, pressure yung sarili ko. So dati, I did it countless of times na dati nung bumili ako ng condo. It was the time na parang complacent ako sa sarili ko. So, pressure na din para ibang So aside sa pinipressure mo yung sarili mo, nag-grow ka din kasi. So kaya ako siya ginagawa. Pero hindi yung type of pressure na parang magiging hindi siya masama sa sarili mo kasi there are a lot of pwede mo kasing madami kasing pressure na pwede mo ibigay sa sarili mo na hindi mo na mababalik or masama yung output. Especially gusto mo mag-baby ka na, di ba? Ibang pressure 'yun. Mag-aasawa ka na, di ba? Ibang pressure 'yun. So, it's all about a pressure na parang makakatulong din sa sarili mo. So, ganun.
So, may tradition kami dito. Mag-leave kami ng question for the next speaker.
Sige.
So, may nag-leave ng question sa'yo before.
Ooh.
Hindi niya alam na ikaw yung next speaker.
Interesting.
Yes. So, random to hindi ko
random. Sige. Parang kinakabahan ako dito.
So, ito yung question niya. What was the most painful event in your life that led you to where you are now?
Grabe. Yung isang event talaga na one of the reason lang bakit ako nandito ngayon, bakit ako nag-pursue to improve myself, the businesses, everything is because dahil namatay yung papa ko. It was the siya breakthrough, but parang more of like breaking point sa akin na hindi na to tama. I have to do something and I have to step up. Kasi ako na lang mag-isa. Although I have my mom, I have my relatives. Pero yung papa ko kasi iba yung relationship namin. Siya din kasi yung parang bumubuhay sa amin nun. Kasi he's a pensioner na malaki yung pension niya sa military, ganun. Siya yung bumubuhay sa amin. So nung wala na yun, wala na din, zero na lahat. So yun na yung lahat ng tinuro niya, dun na pumasok lahat. Responsibilities, self-improvement. Yun na yung reason bakit ako naging ganun. So not everyone can understand it, pero I know people will have that phase once they lost something. So iba yung hugot. Medyo malalim.
Na-speechless ako dun.
Oo.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Alex.
thank you. Thank you for having me, Carl. It's a very insightful talk kasi ang dami ko din natutunan sa sarili ko.
So, where can anyone find you? Anybody?
Bisaya
Creatives?
Oh, yeah, they can follow Bisaya Creatives. This is a community that our friend built. So this is for digital creators, social media marketers, freelancers who wants to improve their skill. So our mission for this, or like our vision for this group, is to make Bisaya people a world-class talent. Yeah,
But it's just open to...
It's open to everyone. It's open to everyone.
Just the name itself.
Just the name itself, Design Creatives. Yeah. And you can also follow me on you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, Garix Tupela.
I'll put that in the description.
Yep, sure. So they can also, even if also they need help with their marketing, my agency could help those businesses out. So if someone's needing help, they can always shoot a DM.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for reaching to the end of the video, and I just want to thank our sponsors by LPH, the best flowers out there, the best flower shops in Cebu. And also, thank you Cleos for the wonderful crinkles. And I tell you, crinkles, if you are looking for the best crinkles, you can only find it in Cleos. These links are in the description below, so grab your crinkles now, grab your flowers, and thank you.